Ladies and gentlemen, the time is finally now. The 2023 BBWL Draft, alongside my player analyst and host, Colton Brooks. How you feeling?
I am so pumped for this draft. 14 legit free agents. I can't wait to see where they fall.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And this year, we're down in the city for the 2023 BBWL Draft, headed into our third season. Boy, after these free agents land, it is going to be electric. But listen to this crowd. They can't wait to hear the news as we take a look at the draft order. Brunswick Bald Eagles back on top once again, as they were last year. Although their number one pick did not lead them to the finals, they're hoping that this year they can make that push and land that big target that gets them over the top. Let's get right to it. It sounds like we have someone coming to the podium now.
With the first pick in the 2023 BBWL Draft, the Brunswick Bald Eagles select Hunter Willett. You know, he fills a much-needed gap on this team pitching. We have a lot of guys who can throw pretty hard, but not strikes, and we need a solid ace, so we'll take Hunter.
Well, the Eagles finally get their ace, and this is the guy they've been looking for all along, and this could potentially really put them over the top. They made a run into the playoffs for the first time last year, but boy, Hunter really gives them a chance. Colton, what do you think?
It factor, knows how to win, simple as that.
That's well said, and he can swing it too. I mean, he's well known for his pitching, but you know, he's not going to be an easy out either. He can put the ball in play. He can hit the long ball. And this is an Eagles team that, if you think back, had a very, very good offensive squad. They have several guys in the lineup already, dating back to last year, that can definitely swing it. So they're going to score runs, and with Hunter to back them up on the mound, they're going to be tough. So there you see it, our number one pick. And congratulations to Hunter Willett for being the first overall pick in the draft. We're getting news for another pick.
The second pick in the 2022 BBWL Draft, the Green Island Grizzlies have selected Avery Pascucci. As an organization, we feel as though we're one piece away from a championship, and we're confident that this is the piece we needed.
So I'm a little surprised that Pascucci goes here at number 2. Colton, what do you think?
I'm not shocked at all. That dude is an athlete.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's definitely one of the best athletes here in the draft. And the fact of the matter is he does know how to win. He's been a part of winning programs his whole entire life, so he does bring that win factor. And if he can throw, he's a great addition to Ferlito on the mound, who really showed that he could win games for the Grizzlies last year. And listen, he can hit. There's no doubt about it, and he can D up. So this could be a good fit for the Grizz. Let's listen in for number 3.
In the 2023 BBWL Draft, the Monstars select at number 3, Ty Mazzeo, and at number 4, Mason Brown.
So the first big move for Joe Milanese, who was cut from the Wolves last year of North Greenbush, and then the opportunity to take over for the Monstars is given to him, and he jumps right in with a splash, signing Ty Mazzeo, former All-Star. This is a big, huge pick alongside of Brown, who arguably these two guys could be one of the best 1-2 punches in the league already, not including Milanese and Aiden McHugh, who will be taking over the Monsters.
McHugh, Milanese, Mazzeo, moves! You gotta be kidding me.
No, it's no doubt. It's a solid punch, and it's a great move by the Monstars to snatch up 2 potential all-stars here early. They can do it all. They can pitch, they can hit, they can field. You have all-star status, and you have a guy in Moose who realistically has played more wiffle ball than just about arguably anybody in the league. So this is huge. This is big for these guys. It gives them a chance to be contenders here early on in the BBWL in a smooth transition with Milanese and McHugh taking over. But no doubt Mazzeo, and as you see here, Moose, going to add some punch to the lineup and make them contenders right off the rip. So as we move on to pick number 5, take a look at the draft board.
With the 5th pick In the 2023 BBWL draft, the Wine and Skill Vipers would like to select Wyatt Tallman Thorson.
He's 6'6" and he bowls.
Well, I don't know much about that, but I'll say this, all right, with his height and his demeanor, all right, this guy has a chance to be a tremendous pitcher in the league. You got to remember, the Wine and Skill Vipers have a guy on their team that has not lost on the mound yet. Undefeated, Jared Lee. So if Thorson can throw and can give the Vipers a chance to win, and a 3-game series, it's nearly impossible to beat them. So they already have a couple other arms in the rotation too that can throw a little bit. So you add a guy like Thorson, this is a smart pick for the Vipers. He gives them a tremendous chance to be a championship contender right away. So we're halfway through the first round, and I'm hearing we're going to get some trade news.
North Greenbush Wolves have traded the 6th pick in the 2023 BBWL draft to the Grafton Lake Sharks in exchange for Ethan Simard. Simard's a real hard hat, lunch pail kind of guy. He's going to give you everything he's got game in and game out, which is what we need in North Greenbush. We love his play style, everything about it. Hitting, pitching, defense, and even a little bit of trash talk. The fan base in North Greenbush has been clamoring all off-season for us to make a big splash, and we hope that this is the right move. As a team that's been to the West Finals the last 2 seasons, we're just missing that one piece, and we believe Simard is that guy to take us to the top. Let's go Wolves.
You know, at first, this came as a surprise, the Sharks parting ways with their coach, but you have to look at co-managers now, guys in charge, Nick Santiago and Anthony Childress, and think to yourself, this is a great move. They get rid of the guy who essentially walked more guys than anybody in the BBWL last year and really cost the Sharks at times several wins. And I'm kind of surprised with the Wolves. The Wolves sign a guy who really struggles to throw strikes, and, you know, they are still in desperate need of a pitcher. And the Sharks, you got to credit them. 2 monster picks here coming in. Tyler Strock at number 6 in place of the trade. And then at number 7, they pick up Max O'Connor. So they essentially now grab a pitcher that throws strikes, and a guy from an offensive stance will really, really help them to score a lot of runs. Don't forget, Santiago and Childress were 2 of the top hitters when it comes to average in the BBWL, not just last year, but in years past as well. So props to the Sharks here. Big move for them. They land 2 great players. Strock here is going to be a very good pitcher in the BBWL. And a guy like Max O'Connor certainly going to help the offensive side. You know, Simard can hit. He definitely is one of the better hitters in the BBWL, so they lose a little bit there. But they definitely pick things up from the pitching standpoint by getting rid of Simard and then essentially grabbing the extra pick here so that they can grab not just Strock, but O'Connor too.
Simard's a trash talker. I hope the Wolves know what's coming.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. Simard can talk trash with the best of them. But I will say this, Graf has a plan in mind. He wants to win now. And if Simard can throw strikes with the way he hits, it does move the Wolves a bit closer in the end. But he's got some work to do on the mound if they're going to get that top ace that they need. But here we go for the 8th pick.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Brunell, acting manager of the Troy Battlehawks. With the 8th pick of the draft, we select Jacob White. A new young guy, brings some energy, and he's got a good bat and fits all the core values of the Battlehawks, so just roasting your own teammates first.
Jacob White can hit.
Yes, he can.
And this is huge. And had the Battlehawks addressed this a little bit earlier on, they struggle to score runs. They got a great pitching staff. If they can hit and they can score runs, they made it to the finals last year. Could have very well been a winner had they had a bat like this in the lineup.
Solid pick by the Battlehawks. Here we go into number 9. With the 9th pick, the Bandits select Joey Valentino. The rest of the team are done.
Joey Parentino at number 9. Are you kidding me? I'll take it. Bandits got hot last year when it mattered the most and rode some good pitching all the way to the finals. And now to add another bat in the lineup is huge. And don't forget, Kessler Waldron was a big part of this team right up until the playoffs when he got hurt. They add his bat back to the order once again. If the Bandits continue to throw strikes and add Parentino's bat to the lineup, it could be another great season. Hopefully Parentino can throw some strikes too. There are not a lot of lefties in the league that pitch, so you add him to the rotation as a lefty. This could be a great fit for the Bandits. And as we head into pick 10, I'm getting word we're having some technical difficulties. We have audio, but we've lost visual.
This is it, folks. What we've all been waiting for, I guess. After forfeiting their first-round pick for a young up-and-coming rabbit hunter, Greg the Egg, the Bulls, in an attempt to get some help in the rotation, have decided to trade the 10th pick to themselves to try and get last year's top selection, Barry freaking Larkin, some help. With a 10th overall pick, the Bulls of Taborton Mountain select.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
The Electric Man, Justin Huge. And in further notes, all Tuesdays at the field will be Striped Bass Day with free live bass giveaways, courtesy of Brooks. Larkin, you just grabbed my butt.
Frank, from where I'm standing, that's a physical impossibility.
That Larkin's up to his old tricks again.
What in the world just happened?
I have no clue, but the Bulls land Justin Hughes, the Electric Man. And this is a good pick for a team that landed Greg Hoteling last year via a late season trade before the playoffs. And this is how they ended up in this position. They did lose an early round pick, but it pays off in the end when they land Hughes, a hard throwing righty, one of the harder throwers in the BBWL, and he can swing it too. He will hit the long ball. If he can commit, if he can show up, no doubt the Electric Man can definitely heat things up for the Taborton Mountain Bulls in 2023. This is going to be a great season. Let's take a look at the board as we head into the second round.
The pick is in. With the second round pick of the 2023 BBWL Wiffle Ball League Draft, the Post and Kill River Monstars select Nick Monk and Gavin Moore.
With just 4 players left in the draft, we go into round 2, and the Bald Eagles and the Green Island Grizzlies elect to pass, giving the Post and Kill River Monsters the next opportunity to draft 2 players, and they do just that with Nick Monk. And they were very high on Nick Monk. They had said all along if they got a chance on the second time around to grab him, they were huge fans of everything that they had read and everything they had learned about Monk. So they were very happy. And I can't believe Gavin Moore slipped all the way to this pick. All right, essentially 12th overall. Gav played in the league last year and did great. Got right off to a great start. His first at bat of his career was a home run. He can pitch, he can D up.
Gavin's a great player. Great pick by the Monstars.
No, you're absolutely right. This is a big deal, and this is huge for the Monsters because now they have not just Ty Mazzio and Mason Brown, but they also have Nick Monk and Gavin Moore. This team's coming along very nicely as we head into the final 2 picks. And after the Vipers pass the final 2 picks and the 6th pick in the second round, we have Evan Kuhn going overall with the 7th pick in the second round. Jake Keller. Let it be noted that the Vipers passed on both Kuhn and Keller, as did the Eagles and Grizzlies. So a little motivation for 2, honestly, very good players. Kuhn has had a solid career thus far, just most recently in the latest NTR tournament where he played great. And Keller is a true through-and-through hitter who is going to make the Sharks lineup that much better. The Samard trade kind of got things rolling for the Sharks, and through social media, Santiago and Chaldros had to submit their picks, and they think they did a great job of rounding out what is now a much deeper Grafton Lakes Sharks roster. So let's take one final look at the board. There you have it, the first 10 picks, and then the final 4 picks in the second round. And the teams that passed, they could pay for it later on. I'm sure that's some added motivation for guys like Kuhn, Keller, Monk, and Gavin Moore. And that concludes tonight's draft. Thanks for joining us for the 2023 BBWL draft. It has been quite the night, and this year is going to be one heck of a season. We are looking forward to 2023, probably the best the league has ever been. So thanks for joining us on this BBWL free agent draft version of
The recap.